Hey guys, Extus Justin here and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get your own Facebook business page set up. So if you don't already have a business page, this video is going to show you exactly how to create your first one. Now, I would love it if you also, if you get value from this video, subscribe and leave me a like. With that being said, let's jump into the training. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to open up our favorite browser, whatever browser you like, whether it's Safari, Google Chrome, Firefox. Go ahead and open it up and we'll go to facebook.com. Now, once you get to Facebook, I'm assuming that you already have an account, you already have a personal account. In order to build a Facebook business page, you need a personal account. So if you don't already have one, just click on Create New. It's pretty simple. Just go ahead and enter your first name, last name, and just fill in the details and click on Sign Up. That should give you an account, an actual Facebook account. And then once we have the account, then we'll actually get to creating the business page. So since I already have an account, I'll go ahead and log in. Now, after you log in, you'll go to the left side of the page, and where it says Pages, you'll click on that link here. And this is where we'll click on Create a New Page. So this is how we'll get your business page started. Now, in terms of the name-wise, there's two ways you could do it. If you like with most of my clients, individuals, I work with their coaches, consultants, they're experts. So typically what they do with their fan pages, they name it after themselves. So for example, if I were doing this, I'll put the word test in there just so I know that this is a test page. But for you, I would recommend putting either your name if you're like an influencer or like your brand, or if you run an actual business, then just go ahead and put your business's name, like Joey's Car Repair or something. I'm not sure what it is, but just put your business's name in there. Once you do that, a category. So we'll go ahead and let me see. Okay, it says this is invalid. Let's try a different one. Okay, so once you have your business name in there, the next thing we want to do is category. So you want to go ahead and pick the category that you're in. So in my business, I'm more into the marketing. Let's see, marketing and advertising. Now, once you select it, you'll notice that it shows up here. And you could select up to 3 different categories. So I might choose consulting, business consultant, and maybe say... let's see if there's anything, maybe personal coach. But as you notice, I selected 3 different options here, but the first one I selected shows up here, so that's the only one that'll show up. So whatever you want to show up on your page when someone looks you up, so that they know what your page is about, make sure you have it as the first one. So if I wanted to be known as a business consultant, I would take marketing in there, and then as you can see, change to a business consultant. But that's the first thing you want to do. But again, you're allowed 3, so I would recommend using all 3 as well too. Okay, so once you have that done, the second thing is the description. You want to go ahead and enter the description of your business. So for me, what I do in my business, let's see, I show... So in my business, I ultimately show coaches, consultants, and experts how to basically grow their business to 7 figures. Now, I could go more in detail in that. For example, I could go into saying, hey, I show an individual who's good at what they do. I could show them how to take their knowledge and package up into a high-ticket program, a program they could sell for anywhere from a program they could sell for a minimum of $2,500 to $10,000 for a client to work with them. I show them how to build a program, and then I show them how to do the actual marketing, build the automated system to attract those clients to them. So again, I could go a little bit deeper into mine, but what I want you to do as you create yours, try to be as specific as possible, just so you describe your business, so when someone comes to you, they know exactly what it is that you do, right? Now, be aware that you have, in terms of the character limit, there's a 255 character limit in there, but try to be as specific as you can with your business page. Once you do that, then you'll click on Create the page. Boom, so the page is created right here. Now, once you get done with this here, you could come over here and see you could toggle through to see what it looks like on a computer or what it looks like on maybe a mobile device or something. So as you can see, what I put on there right now is what's showing up, and it gives me a little view here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is add a profile photo. So with the profile photo, it should be, if you're the brand, mean that if it's you, it's your name, it's your page. You want to maybe have a picture of yourself, but if you have maybe a logo or something, you could put your logo in there as well too. So for this, I'll use my image. And with the image, this picture you put in there, the dimension should be 170 pixels by 170 pixels. So it should be 170 pixels tall by 170 pixels wide. Once we have that, the next thing we'll do is we'll add a cover photo right here. And the cover photo, the dimension should be 820 by 310, right? So 820 in terms of width and 310 in terms of height. So once we have that, we'll click on the save button right here. Now after you've done this, you'll receive a pop-up right here which asks you to put your mobile phone, and what this does, it basically allows you to connect your WhatsApp number if you do have WhatsApp. So that way you could, once you add the WhatsApp button to your page, people could just tap and send you a message directly on WhatsApp. Now this step isn't, this step is optional. You can get it set up if you want to, but for this example here, I probably won't. So go ahead and set it up if you want to receive these here. So I'll go ahead and close this out here. And this is what our page will look like right now. So the next thing we want to do is to add a call to action. So it says add a button. We'll go and click here. And as you could see, there's several different options that you could select from depending on what type of business you are and what type of, what's the call to action you want someone to take. So for example, in the majority of my stuff and my clients' stuff, what I really have them do is to click a learn more button. I find that the learn more button converts a lot higher. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to add a call to action to our page. So we'll go where it says add a button. Once we click on there, as you can see, there's several different options for you to get a prospect to take. So for example, there's a call now, book now, start order. With myself, with my coaching business and for my clients, what I typically recommend, what I found is that the learn more button, it works a lot more effectively than most of the other ones here. So this is the one I use, but again, use your discretion to figure out which one would best serve your business page right now. So I'll go ahead and click on learn more. Now when I click on learn more, the next thing is what's the website I want to send someone to. Now in my business, what we do, because we sell high ticket programs, what we do is we never just have someone schedule a call with us. We never do any type of stuff like that. What we typically do, and what we have our clients do as well too, because our clients, they sell high priced coaching and consultant packages, packages anywhere from maybe say $5,000, $10,000 plus. So when it comes to sales like that, what we typically do is we have our clients send, when someone wants to learn more, we never just say, hey, come have them schedule a call. We have that person go to a free training, some type of high value training that they could get some value for in order to basically educate the person before we ever have a conversation with them. So this is the what I'll use. And just in case you're wondering what my page is, where I'm leading people, let me just show you this right here. So this is one of our offers here, where basically I just show someone how to basically build their coaching consultant business on free workshops. So over these next few weeks here, I'll be doing them live over the next few weeks. So if you want to check it out, definitely do that as well too. But the core thing, as you can see, this is a really compelling offer, and that's what I really recommend as well too. As you grow your business, as you set up your fan page, try to figure out what's the offer you could make to someone that's pretty irresistible when they want to learn more about your products, when they learn more about your services. So again, if you want to check this out, you could just go to this page here and you could check out my stuff and see if it benefits you. Now, with that being said, once you have your learn more button, what you could do now is click here and click on test button. And when you test it, it should open up the page, and just make sure it works, and boom, we know that step is set up. So now that we've got that step done, the next thing we want to do is we want to create a custom username for our page. So right now, as you can see, the URL for this page here, it's a pretty long URL, and if I told it to someone, they wouldn't remember, right? So this is why I want to create like a custom URL for the page. So I might say, let's say, and click off it. Now sometimes, let me see, pages. Okay, so sometimes, because I actually just got done doing another sample where I created the, the username, and it worked fine. But this is my second time going through doing another training, and as you can see, it says a page is not eligible to have a username. Now, typically what happens is they want you to either have a certain amount of likes. So once you get your page done, maybe you get like 30 or 40 or 50 likes or something, then the page will be eligible and you could come back into that step, or you could just wait maybe a couple of weeks or maybe a week or so, just wait and then come back into the step, and you should be able to actually get that username. So it's on off, so you might do it right now and it works totally fine for you, but again, someone else might do it and they'll have an issue. But just give it some time and that should solve the problem here. Okay, so now that we've gotten past this step here, the next step, as you can see, there's the business suite. Now, we're not going to go into the business suite today. It's a whole different beast in itself. I do have a training in the descriptions. Just scroll right down in the description. I do have a training on the business suite section. Just scroll down and you should see that training. If you can't find it, leave me a comment and I'll point you in that direction of the training. But again, we won't go into that specific section today. What we'll focus on is just a remainder of your actual business page. Now, what I want to do is just give you a quick overview of these different pieces here. So first we have the home page, and again, this is what the home page looks like. It just tells you, shows you your stats on there, shows you what you've kind of put on there, post different things. If you scroll all the way down, you could see more stats, more insights, and then you could also see the about section as well too, which is all the stuff we've put in there so far. And then you see your photos, and then the page transparency. What do you call it, menu down here. Now when we go to newsfeed, the newsfeed is similar to how you have if you use Facebook, if you just use the platform, you know that you have a newsfeed and you could just scroll through. Well, the newsfeed for the business page is similar, so we'll go ahead and scroll through. Let's go to the newsfeed, and this is what it'll look like. Next we have manage shop. Now this is for you if your business has a shop where you maybe selling products and all these different things. So you go ahead and set your shop up right now. Again, I won't go through in this video with it, but again, I do have a video on how to get your shop set up if that's something you want, and it should be in the description below. Next, podcast. This is a newer feature where if you have your own podcast, all you do is you go here, you find the RSS feed for your podcast, you go ahead and put in here, and then you click add. Right, so that's one way Facebook gives you to basically enjoy and share podcasts with other people. Next we have resources and tools. Now we won't go into this one, we'll kind of skip over that one. Jobs, manage jobs. So if you have if you're hiring, whether you're trying to find someone to work for your company or whatever, you could actually create a job description and what you want, and then go ahead and share it out there. So that's the job part of it. Next we have notifications. Whenever you receive an alert, if someone leaves you a comment on your page, if someone likes your page, any of these different things, you'll receive an alert for that page. So let's go back. Oh, you'll receive the alerts right here. Next we'll go to insights. So we'll check out the insights really quick here. Now with the insight, this just gives you the stats of your business. Right now we probably don't have any stats because this is a newer page, but as you can see, once you do start getting traffic, after maybe a couple of weeks or something, your stats will start populating in essence. But as you can see, this is where you'll be able to check out all of your stats. So let's go back. Okay, we have the ad center. I won't go into that one. Page quality. So if people report your page, if you have like restrictions, violations, if you're doing anything type of illegal with your business page, then people will report it, all these different things. And this is where the restrictions or violations comes into play. And I believe if you get like 3 or so or more of these violations, Facebook will shut down your page. And edit page info. So we could go down to edit page info. So this is where if we made a mistake, we want to change the name of our business, if we want to do something different, or if we want to come back and say it's been a week or so and I wasn't approved for a custom username, we want to come back. This is where we'll come back and put that username in there. So that way we could now claim that username. Then we could go down again, phone number, go ahead and put your phone number in there. Your email. If your business doesn't have a WhatsApp number, you could just click on my business does not have a WhatsApp number. You could disconnect it. And so forth. Your email for the business, if it doesn't have one, you could click on that. Website, go ahead and put your website in there. If your business doesn't have an email, I'd highly recommend making sure you have one for your business. The location, what's the location of your business as far as the address, city, zip code. And Facebook does that because when people search for you, if you have a business that's local to your area, when people search, it kind of shows them exactly where your business is. So you want to take some time to fill this out. But if it doesn't have one, you could always select my page does not have a physical location. Service areas, that's if you travel to provide goods or services to your customers, right? You want to select up to you can select up to 10 neighborhoods, cities, and regions to define your service area. So if that's you have like a food truck or some type of delivery service, maybe you could just go ahead and click here and then type the neighborhoods or regions in there. Once we have that, then you want to set the hours for your business. So are you guys always open? Are you permanent to close? Are you open on select hours? If you are, click on that, and then you could set the specific hours as far as opening and closing. And temporary services or temporary service change. So go ahead and if there's anything going on with the business right now as far as it's not open or it's closed or you're operating as usual, just go ahead and select one of these options here. And then also your privacy policy. If you already have a privacy policy, you could go ahead and put this in there as well too. Products you sell, you could go ahead and list your products on here and any additional information that you want to offer. You also have a QR code as well too, price and so forth. So whatever type of pricing you have, if you have cheap stuff, moderate, expensive, splurge or whatever, you could select one of these options, or you could click on unspecified depending on what your business is about. And this is where you could add additional accounts as far as whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Skype, WeChat, TikTok, whatever other accounts you want you could add them on there. And I highly recommend doing that as well. So take some time if you do. Just go ahead and get these set up in here. So that way, when someone lands on your business page, if you do have these other social media accounts, they could go check out your other platforms depending on if they have a favorite one. Right, so someone might land on your business page, but they might like Snapchat better or YouTube better, and if you do link these on there, they might be able to, or they will connect with you on that other platform and then follow you there, so they could keep up with your business and what it is that you do. Okay, next we want to go down to the settings section. Now, once we get to the settings section, there's a few different options here. Let me just zoom in because this looks a bit smaller. Let's go here. So you could scroll through and just read these. I won't go into this. You could just take some time and just go through them. But just check out which ones you want on and off or whatever. I know some people, in terms of tagging wise, some people, they want to make sure that others can't tag their page or stuff like that. So you could just click on edit if you want to change anything and then change it to whatever setting you want it to be. And so forth. So take some time to do that. And another thing as well too, this is where you could remove or delete your page if you want to. If you realize, I don't want a business page anymore, this is the section you come to where it says delete your page. Click on edit and then permanent to delete. Hit that and then save changes, and your page will be offline. Now that we have that, the next thing we'll do in this section here is the messaging. So we'll go into the messaging section right here. And this is a pretty cool thing because with a business page, you could do like automated messaging and all of these different things in there. So let's go ahead and get started. So this here, you could leave this as on. When you hit the return key, it sends a message. Start a messenger conversation. So when someone starts a messenger conversation, you could greet them before, right? So if someone visits your page and they click on the little chat button, if you turn this on, then once they click on the chat or the connect or whatever button, they'll receive like an automated message that says, hey, Extus, thanks for getting in touch with us on Messenger. Please send us any questions you might have. So before they actually send you the message, once they open it up, this will pop up for them and then they'll respond. And you could change this message if you want to. You could go ahead and tweak it. So here it says, as you can see, it says, hi, Extus Justin. But if you want to customize it to maybe just the first name, you could click off this and click on add customer name. So make sure you have the mouse wherever you want it to be, the cursor, and then click on add customer's name. You could add their first name, last name, full name, or just a Facebook page link. I like typically going with first name because it seems more personalized in essence. And then once you have that, then clicking on save. Now, once we have that, the next thing is your messenger URL. So this comes in really handy. As you can see, it's really just a shortened link. So instead of having a full Facebook link here, you could just copy this link here and save this. And whenever you want to share it with someone, or maybe have it on a flyer, it's a lot easier to be able to either like type into the browser in essence. And when you create your custom one, as you saw, I couldn't create a custom one today, but when you do go ahead and create your custom one, it'll be more custom to where it might be some text or something towards maybe your business name, so it becomes even simpler in essence. Add messenger to your website. We won't go into that one today. During the messenger conversation, you want to set up automated responses, right? So we could set this one up as well. So once we go here, we'll be redirected to a different page here. Now, once we get to this page, let me zoom in just a bit. Okay, so once we get into this page here, as you can see, there's several different options here. So I could click on an instant reply, meaning that when someone contacts me, we could send them an instant message saying, hey, thanks for contacting us. We received your message and appreciate you reaching out. So again, this is kind of generic, but if you could custom tailor this to be more specific as well too. So something I like doing is making sure it always has the first name. So first name, okay, boom. So I always make sure it has this here and so forth, right? So you could customize your message. Next, we have the away message. Well, before we do this, we got to make sure we turn it on. So if you're going to use it, typically at the top, there's an option to make sure it turns on. So turn it on and go ahead and save. And you could also preview it as well too. You could click on this and this will send you a message to your actual Facebook inbox, your Facebook Messenger inbox, and you'll see what the message looks like. Now, then we have the away message. So in your business, if you're away, you want to send a message, this is going to send a message when you're away, and so forth, right? So you could set the time in. So for example, you could set your time zone and say, you could add the times, what times you will be away and so forth. So that way it's scheduled. So that way you don't have to manually do it. Facebook just automatically knows you're just away, and they'll kind of set that. And the message as well. So as you can see, there's a message in there where it says, hey, thanks for your message. We can't respond right now. We appreciate you reaching out. But you customize that to maybe let them know when you'd be back in the office or whenever, however that works in your business. And once you go through, again, you could pick the different days as well too. Once you go through, you could click on the save. Now, once you do that, there's also frequently asked questions. Now, in your business, if there's questions, people typically ask you like, hey, do you have any free trainings? Or hey, what are your hours of operation? Or hey, what time do you close or something? You could just add these questions in there. So you might say, what time do I close? And then you might put an automated response. We close at 8 p.m. Central Time or something. And add we could customize the customer's name in there as well too, and so forth. And you could add several different questions as far as your custom questions people typically ask about your business. So that way you don't have to always manually be typing in when someone asks you a question that you could really just use a template for. Once you get this set up, click on save. Questions can be blank. Well, I won't do this one, so I guess I'll turn it off. But again, if you want to do it, get yours set up. Next, we have comment to message. Now, this one is a newer feature, and I really haven't figured out how to get it to work yet. I tried testing it, and it wasn't working. I'm not sure whether I was doing something wrong or it was just a glitch. But hopefully, by the time you watch this video, you could make it work. And the thing I think the way it works is you turn this on. And when I read this, what it made me realize is that the hashtags that people can comment. So if once your page is live, and people are commenting on these different things, you could maybe give them a specific hashtag, like, hey, if you need some help, just type hashtag help on, just comment that on one of my posts or something. And what should happen from reading this here, the person should receive an automated response from your page. This automated response is only available in Messenger. But I tried it didn't work, but hopefully you could make it work. But the way I believe it should be is what it says, add comment to message, which is the keyword. I'm thinking maybe say hashtag help. Like if someone types this in and then your response is saying, hey, we received your we saw your comment and we'll be with you shortly or something, right? And that's what I'm thinking. And then clicking on save. So if the person just comments help on your page, then whatever you type in there, that should ultimately prompt them just get an automated message, an automated response saying, hey, you received it, and you'll reach out shortly, or however that process works. Okay, so take some time, go ahead and set it up, and hopefully it works for you. Next, we have the contact information. So with contact information, right now for me it's blank because I did not fill it in when I was first walking you through a template. But for you, if you fill in your contact information as far as your address, all these different things, when someone in terms of responding to a message asking for your contact information, so if someone says, hey, where are you located or something, if they send you a message, then what you could do is you could create a specific message saying, hey, we're located on and it would auto-populate your address in there. We're located on 6665 Newton Drive or whatever, and it'll have your address in there. And you can also customize it as well too. You can add attachments and a button as well. Okay, next we have the location. With your location, it's the same thing as well too. Kind of like, I guess I just covered that. I guess this one was contact information, and this one is the location, which is where you're located. So if you want to use that one, same thing, turn it on, put in the information in here, and hit the save button, and you should be all set. Next is your hours of operations. Go ahead and get this set up here, and this should let the prospect know when, if they ask a question as far as, hey, when are your business hours, they will receive an automated message with your specific some business hours. And job application received. So if you posted a job on the last session I showed you here, then what's going to happen is once the person submits it, you'll send them an automatic response saying, hey, we received your message, and we'll get with you here shortly. And you could also create, I think, which is a really cool one, you could create your own. So if you want to create your own little custom message sequence or whatever, if you have a kind of like unique business or unique thing that you do that's not already in there, you just click on custom keywords, and then you click on create, and this is where you could create like custom messages. So you might call this one, let me say help desk or something, and then we might say the platform is messenger keywords. So an automated response is sent when an incoming message includes any of the following keywords. So if someone says help, maybe the keyword is help, or they say time, maybe a keyword is like what time do you close, or help is I need some help. But whatever they type in, once these words come in, you could create like a customized message in there. So if they say help, you might say, hey, we received your message that you're needing some help. We're currently away right now, but we'll get back with you as soon as possible, in essence, right? So it almost makes it a lot more tailored, in essence. And again, you could create several of these custom ones as well. So, and once you're done, click on the save button, and you should be all set. Let's see more. So with more, there's the feedback, right? So positive feedback. If someone gives you a pay, actually, let me close this. Let me cancel this here. No thanks. So in terms of the feedback wise, no thanks. If someone leaves a positive feedback on your page, then you could basically send them a thank you message like, hey, thank you, I'm happy you had a great positive experience, thank you so much, we'd love it if you shared with your friends as well too, and so forth, right? And also negative feedback as well too. If someone leaves a negative feedback, you could create a custom script to send to them, an automated message to send to them. Just make sure you, when you do it, set this as well to on. And appointment reminders. So if you have one option to where someone could schedule a reminder, an appointment with your company, then you could set this here to where you could send them a specific confirmation email, maybe say the day before the confirmed appointment, so that way it kind of reminds them of it as well too. And finally, we have a page recommended. So something, if somebody shares your page publicly and they recommend your page, then you could send them a thank you message as well too. So this is how this all works, guys. And as you can see with this, the thank you message, you could create like a video, you could put an image, attach it to there. You could have a custom thumbnail there as well too. So you could really customize, and it does a lot of cool stuff here. So as you can see, this is a whole way you get everything set up. I don't think I left anything out. There's a few other things I'll go into. So if we go back. Now the core thing with this, I realize it's not intuitive, meaning that now I'm back on this section. So if I wanted to go back to where I was previously at, it's like, how do I get there, right? The way I found to get there is you got to go back to like Facebook and almost like repeat the process again. So go back to Facebook, your homepage, and then go back to pages, and go to the page we just now created, which was this one here. Okay, so next we'll go scroll back down to the settings section again, and now we'll go into templates and tabs. Now templates and tabs, this is where you could organize your business page the way you want it to look. So these are the templates and tabs right here. So let me just show you where it shows up. So if we go back home, this is what it'll change. So as you can see right now, we have these tabs right here, and we have them in a specific order. If we wanted to change them around, we would go to back to the settings, and then we'd go to templates and tabs again. And this is where we could either move them around. So if I wanted services first and then offers second and so forth, I could remove them around and it changes on the page I was just on. But there's also this tab where it says a template. So if you want to change your template, there's several different types of templates. There's business, venues, nonprofit, politicians, public figures. So just go through, find whichever yours is and go ahead and set yours. So if you want to be a public figure, you'd pick this and it would show you what order these things would be in. And then if we go to a different one, maybe venues, as you can see, it's a different type of settings. And when you hit apply, it changes. And again, if you still want to further tweak them, you could just move them about, move them around like this here, and home, about, videos. So once we do that, so we could go back to the main page and we could see that it changed, right? And then the remainder of them show up here in that drop down menu. So that's how we take care of the templates and tabs section. So once we're done, there's also the next step is event ticketing. So this is where you'll need to hook up your, maybe say, Eventbrite events. So if you're connected to Eventbrite, once you connect it, the events, you could manage them from right here. Next section is notifications. And this is where you could decide how often you want to receive notifications. So you could just play around with these settings as far as allowing email notifications, allowing SMS notifications. Depending on what you do, you could go ahead and set those. I know I like to turn all of my notifications off and just have them all come to me at one specific time. So just go through, mess with the notification section. Next we have advanced messaging, and we won't go into this one today. That's the one that's a little bit more advanced in essence. Next, page roles. Now page roles is awesome because this is where you could start assigning, if you have team members, if you're a company, if you have VAs or different individuals helping you, you can actually assign them to your business page, and you could give them different permissions, whether you give them permission to send messages as your page, or to respond to comments, to delete content on your page, and so forth. So you just enter the person's name here, and then you choose whether you want them to be an editor, an admin, moderator, advisor, an analyst, and so forth. Once you select, you'll be able to see what the write-up is for that. So for moderator, you could see what it's for, what permissions they have, and then if you want to change to advertiser, you could basically see. So it'll let you know, so you could decide what permissions you want to give your team. And next, there's people and other pages. So this is where you can see other people, like the pages you like. So as you're going through and you like different pages, you can actually see which individuals basically like your page here. You could see who follows your page. You could see pages that this page likes, and so forth. Next we won't go into this one. I think Facebook got rid of this one here. But we'll go ahead and with your account. So this is where you set up your Instagram account, WhatsApp account, all of these different ones. So for Instagram, what you do is you go here and you click on connect account, and you should be able to connect your account right here. The same with WhatsApp as well. You could go ahead and connect that if you want to. Featured, so whenever you like any pages, they're going to be featured here. So you can basically decide which ones you want to feature and stuff. Next we have cross posting, and this is where if there's another page. So if you connect with another page, you share a page with someone else, you could basically post on that person's behalf, or that person could post on your page on your behalf, in essence. And if you know the page, if there's another specific page that you either manage or you have a friend, you could add the URL in there. Next we have support or page support inbox. So whenever you maybe request any type of support, help, all these different things, or maybe even violations, these things get stored in here, so you could always go back and look at the history. And the final piece is page management history. So this is where you could see the different management actions taken by the people who manage your page. So as you add your team members, or even yourself, as you change different things on your page, you could basically see, you come back here and see a history of who did what and when, the specific date those things happened. Okay, so there you have it. So if you followed along with the tutorial here, you should have your very own Facebook business page. And again, guys, if you found this video helpful, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button and give me a like and leave me a comment below. And finally, if you're any type of coach, consultant, or service provider who's been struggling to either launch your business or get consistent clients, then I do have a free training in the description that shows you a simple process you could use to sign on anywhere from 5, 10, 15, even 20 high ticket clients to your business. So if that's you, click on the link below and sign up to check out the free training.